I'm wearing a kilt, and yeah, my balls were stuck to my chair.
Thanks for that.
Oh, you're so very welcome. Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. We're Beer Dudes United today. There's myself. There's a drunken one here. Drunken one, what are you drinking right now?
I am drinking. It is a dry stout and kind of mixed with what's that other one? That damn barley wine. It was kind of an accident. Still a little bit of that left.
I am drinking from Side Launch Brewing here in Ontario. They're dry hopped sour.
Interesting.
It's 4.2% alcohol. This is the first time I've ever seen something really intriguing from Side Launch. Usually, you know, they have a really good wheat beer, probably one of Ontario's best wheat beers, if not the best. They have a dark lager. They have, you know, like usually it's fairly standard fare. And I was at the LCBO, and they had this, and they had a session beer, and I'm like, okay. And I grabbed them both because I've just never seen them before, so I got intrigued by that.
Trying. Be worth trying for sure, yeah.
And to any viewers out there, as per usual, throw out your comments, questions, concerns, all that sort of fun stuff. We will get to them. We always do. Sometimes there's a little bit of a break between things because you never know how long we're going to be talking. We do have some beer news. We have some Canadian beer news. We have some regular beer news. We have beer news. We have some. Apparently here, because we talked about this last week, apparently PBR and Miller Coors have settled their dispute outside of court.
Oh, well, that's good, I guess. What were they disputing?
Miller Coors was not going to brew for PBR anymore, and PBR was saying you can't decide not to brew for us anymore.
Oh.
Because, oh, he clicked himself out. He clicked himself out. For those of you that don't know, in 2020 was the last year that PBR was going to be being brewed by Miller Coors, according to the contract they had. There was 2 additional 5-year contracts to be up there. There was 2 extensions of 5 years each. Miller Coors said it was up to them if they decide to renew that contract or not, the extensions. PBR came back with the no, you can't decide if we're going to use these extensions or not. We have to be good faith bargaining. And that's what they were going to court about, whether or not a company is allowed to decide whether or not they continue the contract or not. But yeah, they solved things outside of court. So for anyone that really likes PBR, it's still going to be being brewed past 2020. PBR might want to actually start looking at, you know, opening up a brewery. So you don't have to worry about this.
Yeah. Make it a lot easier.
Well, that's the big thing, right? PBR did have breweries, and they closed them all because they thought it was easier to have somebody else do the work for them. Which is fine and dandy, but you just saw what happens if you rely on somebody else. Your business can go kaput. Did he just delete himself out again? He did, didn't he? There we go. All my extra things are now closed. All my extra things are now closed.
All right. No, I'm here. Yeah, I accidentally X'd myself out a while ago. It's like, shit, wrong
one. First we have Chit just dropped in to say hi, and now, unfortunately, I have to go back to my paper. Oh, Chet, you have fun with your paper. Tomorrow, me, Mr. Sexton, and Brendan, who still doesn't have a nickname, even though he's technically supposed to by now. We're all going out to the Cayman Kettle, and then after that, we're going to go to Iggy's. So maybe we'll live stream something from there. Who knows? Who knows what we'll do? I'm going to go eat some pretzels. That'll be good. Anyone watching, there is some, like I said, beer news out there. Dundas and Sons Brewing is now open in London, Ontario. So they were founded by longtime homebrewer Rob Dundas, who has asked me before to do some of his homebrews here at my place. He never ended up sending them, but he had asked me a few times about it. What do we got here? Situated in a space facing Adelaide Street, Dundas and Sons had a soft launch yesterday and will have 6 beers on tap. Names, styles, and other details to be announced in time for its official soft opening event this coming Friday and Saturday. Dundas and Sons Brewing is okay, so they're telling us nothing other than it's soft opening, and it will open at 1 p.m. daily, with the exceptions of Mondays. with closing times varying by day. Okay.
What does that mean? Okay, we've had enough. Y'all get out. Right.
Yeah. Any other? Imperial City Brewhouse is seeking a rezoning approval in Sarnia. So, Sarnia, Ontario, the owners of a planned brewery and tap room in Sarnia, Ontario, have filed a rezoning application to allow it to open. Imperial City Brewhouse is intending to set up operations in a building at 1330 Exmouth Street that was previously home to a grocery store, clothing store, and LCBO. Wow, that's a big fucking building.
Wow.
Oh, shit, it is a big building. In order to do so, the site will need to be rezoned to permit brewing in a commercial area. The company has submitted noise and odor studies along with the rezoning application, and the request will be reviewed during the public meeting in Sarnia City Hall on December 17th. Here's the thing with Sarnia. Sarnia is not great at rezoning things. Refined Fool had a brewery has a brewery in Sarnia, and when they were trying to get their second location open, they were trying for a while to rezone it, and it kept getting turned down. I'm looking at this, and they're only getting half the loading bay. That's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm looking at this place that they're talking about, and it's a nice piece of land. It's a nice plot of land and all that. I'm surprised. Well, they're saying because it's commercial, that's why they have to rezone it, because they have to have the noise and odor laws. Noise would not be any different from brewing as having a grocery store, an LCBO, and a clothing store there. You'd still have the same. You'd have more noise because of all the trucks coming and going and shit like that. But hey, whatever. Odor, okay, I'll give you that. But yeah, whatever.
Nice teeth, Beard.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, now that you can see Beard's teeth.
Ah.
Beard, I hate you for getting that package, but apparently I have one waiting for me. A buddy of mine picked one up in Port Colborne for me.
Well, there you go. Your hate is unfounded.
It's still founded because you have it and I don't. What are you drinking tonight, sir?
I am about to crack open a can of Long Dark Voyage to deep up in Uranus.
Yep. Again, luckily it's not bloody.
Ah.
Oh, here's one. Too bad Nicholas Pickles isn't here right now. Matchstick Beer Factory launches in Hampton, New Brunswick.
Sweet.
Let's see. Founded by Luke McGregor and Heather Avery, a husband and wife team, and is named after the match factory that used to be located in the community. Matchstick has launched with 2 beers, Matchstick Pale Ale and Fired Up Red Ale, which is actually a good... Fuck! The Red Ale is an 8% alcohol Red Ale.
Fancy.
Yeah. Ooh, and you know what? Our good buddy Nicholas could try this because it is available at the Bootstrap Brew Pub in Quispanis, whatever the fuck it's called, where he's from. Quispansis? Whatever the fuck. Whatever. Last one before we talk some more. Crooked Feeder Brewing in Cormac, Newfoundland released its first beers. It released the Bombay Blonde Ale, the Bunker C Double Chocolate Stout. That's 2 very different beers.
Yeah, a little bit. I like that though. Like a lot of breweries.
No, I'm not saying that. I like that. That's great, but
super unadventurous, kind of super safe. So I want to say that sounds pretty good. I like that.
Yeah, that's intriguing. That's intriguing to know. We got a bunch of comments. Let's come over here and see what's going on. Darcy McKelvey, sorry I'm blind and all. Hello to you as well. Is Brendan the Stella Artois guy? No, that's Brian. That's Brian. Brendan is the guy that usually goes to the Niagara College beer fests with me, the Project Brews. He's been in a bunch of... He's a little Albanian kid. It's like 24 years old. He's smaller than Maple Rusky. I'm drinking from a defunct brewery.
Fancy.
I still have my Plan B glasses too. You know, they don't exist anymore either.
Oh, they died again?
They died for good this time.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, the building's empty.
That's shitty.
Well, when everybody that knew anything about beer leaves the company and you leave your nephew, who was just a big cokehead, in charge of the place, it's going to end up closing.
Yeah, that could do it. I believe it.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got to experience it before it went away. I feel special.
Yeah, not conducive for a good business. What do we have going on here? We have some news articles going. Alberta declared a beer war.
I heard something about that.
So I did have a big long talk back and forth with one of the brewers, the owner of Outcast Brewing in Alberta, because he was saying we were protectionist, and I'm like, I don't understand how you can even claim we're protectionist. Anybody can get into the beer store. Anybody can get into the beer store. You just have to pay the price. He goes, well, that price is protectionist. I go, you can't say it's protectionist because it's not the fucking government that sets that price. It's the beer store that set that price. The beer store is not the government. The beer store is a conglomerate of foreign fucking entities plus a little tiny piece of the craft brewing industry in Ontario, and they say this is the price to get into us. Anyone's allowed in. This is the price. If you want to get into the LCBO, you can try and get into the LCBO. You can try and get a listing. It's hard to get a listing because there's shelf space problems and all this, and you can't be giving them the exact same product that they already have 50,000 of right now because they won't want to once again be known as the Lager Control Board.
They've got some weird fucking application. Like apparently Stack has tried 3 or 4 times to get expansion, their sour IPA, on the shelves, and they haven't gotten all the way through any time.
The problem is things like this get through first. This is the dry hopped sour from Side Launch. They have so many sour beers too that they that's the thing, right? They have an X amount of each different style they're allowed to carry as well now.
Sour IPA though, I want to say there's no other fucking brewer in the LCBO selling one of those that I've seen. It's a very unique beer that I think should be in the LCBO.
They don't care.
Awesome.
It's sour.
It's so good. It's so good. I love that beer.
But yeah, they have a weird application process. The rules for it keep a lot of breweries out too. I mean, there's not many breweries in Alberta that would be able to do what they need to do, because when the LCBO goes, we want our order, they want their order that day.
Wasn't it even you saying Flying Monkeys? You were surprised to see that they got all the way through the process with their juicy ass IPA that they made?
Yes, because that's another thing.
Yeah.
Big on names. Names matter huge.
Labels, like there was some brewery couldn't get their thing in because it was like a dead man thing and had like something hanging from a tree or something like that. You know, you can't have any imagery like that.
There was another one. When Railway City first did their elixir, their honey elixir.
Yeah.
They had to change the name of that because elixir is a medication word, you know.
Oh,
but the funny thing was they denied that, but they allowed Sleeman Lift in, and Sleeman Lift was talking about health benefits of drinking this beer because of the coconut water.
Oh, really?
Wow.
That's funny.
So I mean, the LCBO is a weird thing. Really, the thing I was saying back and forth with him is, one, you don't get extra taxes to send your beer to Ontario. That's the thing that Alberta did. Alberta put extra taxes on to keep beers from Alberta, from outside of Alberta, from getting into Alberta. Mm-hmm. Ontario doesn't do that. Ontario does. If you want to get into the beer store, you are paying like $3,000 to get your beer in one beer store. Just one beer in one store. So I mean, it's disgusting, but you can do it. Anyone can. You could have your beer on the shelf tomorrow. You just have to have the money.
Actually, Sexton, get on that.
Yeah. So that's the one difference, and I was like, but I find it funny. A lot of people sit there and say that the government owns a monopoly here in Ontario. It's not true. Ontario has an oligopoly, but whatever. On top of that, though, the one thing I'm surprised no brewery outside of Ontario has ever talked about when they bitch about this stuff, or any brewery in Ontario even when they bitch about this stuff, is the last time this came up and it was a big thing and the beer store was going to lose their hold on the market. The beer store kept it by giving out a olive branch. They were like, we will give 1% of the beer store to the craft breweries in Ontario, and we will waive the listing fee for 3 products at the 5 closest beer stores to that brewery. That is something that breweries outside of Ontario could fight with, going, hey, this is not fair. It doesn't keep the market safe. It doesn't equalize the market. That's true. You're not equalizing the market. However, I could also see some of the breweries in Ontario say, this isn't fair. It's not equalizing the market. Because if you're, say, fucking up in Parry Sound you ain't getting the same beer store locations as the ones in Toronto are, for instance.
Apparently the brewery in Prairie Sound has they're in litigation with the town of Prairie Sound or something like that.
This brewery right here?
Dwayne from Highlander. Yeah, Dwayne from Highlander was telling me we're talking about how Highlander has done so much good for that small town and everything. And I guess Trestle is had to fight tooth and nail against Prairie Sound to be allowed to be there or some shit like that, which I didn't get anything like that. And he was also saying that Trestle came to them to get some beer brewed and then wanted the beer way before it was ready or something. And this big Dwayne from Highlander does not like the guys from Trestle at all.
Well, when I pour this Trestle beer, we can talk about the Trestle beer then, because it's good to know that, because I was trying to be very nice to the Trestle beer because it's the first Trestle beer I've had.
Well, I've had that. I've had 4 or 5 of their beers now, and I went there to the brewery, and it's a beautiful brewery right on the Seguin River in Prairie Sound. They've got plans to make their patio is already nice. They want to make it like a 2-tier patio. So one level of the patio is basically right on the fucking river. They're gonna have a bunch of catering to people on snow machines and shit in the wintertime can come right up to the brewery. It's a really nice place. And Dwayne just fucking threw me for a loop when he told me that. It was crazy.
So I'm going to screen share right now for our next story. Bang. So in China, they are now drinking Tsingtao out of bags. This is how you get your draft. Right there.
All right. Huh. Well, it's not going to stay cold for very long, is it?
No, so I found this hysterical because a buddy that works with me at my place of business used to joke all the time that we should do beer in a bag, and I'm like, you can't do beer in a bag; it won't stay in the bag. It's pressurized. And then he sends me this news article. He goes, "Yeah, fuck you. We were late. There's beer in a bag in China," and I'm like, "Well, that's not the same thing you were talking about." He's like, "I don't care. It's beer in a bag."
Thinking like Capri Sun drinks where you pop this fucking.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, right? Something like that. But then he saw this and he laughed his ass off and sent it to me. I love that you get the curly straws so that you can drink it right out of the bag, carry the bag around with you.
Drinking beer out of a straw, no, very much no. It totally changes the kind of overall experience into it's really weird.
It's a fucking fruit bag. I like that. It's a bag you put your bananas in and shit at a grocery store. And
get a little bit of a flavor infusion with that shit, man.
Yeah. And on the Facebook page, there was a guy that said, "Hey, these Chinese got this in the bag." Boom, boom, boom.
Nice.
Okay, you guys are awesome.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Ryan needs in here. We'll get some.
We got some West Coast Nick in the chat.
West Coast Nick? Yeah, I know he doesn't come on. He doesn't like us enough.
He's too busy cooking dinner, apparently.
Prost to yourself, Stoneyard Vineyards. You're by the numbers. Why aren't you in here?
Right? That's what I was saying. Get Ryan in here.
What do we have here? Oh, here's a good one. So Night Shift Brewing. I believe they're in massive two shits, I believe. Mm-hmm. Is that where they are? US people? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
In 2012, they debuted Night Shift in Everett, massive two shits. Okay. Their owner says, Michael Oxton, "We have enough IPAs. Stop making them." Thoughts?
Never have such things. Yeah, did you see Collective Arts has released the information on IPA number 8?
No, I have not.
I just saw that today. It's going to be an 8% double IPA, so they're going back kind of the number 5 route a little bit. Let me just pull it up here. Collective Arts Brewing. And I want to say it was to dry hop something or other type thing. I don't know, like all the other fucking numbered IPAs have been. And the comments were pretty funny. Somebody was like, "I don't know how you're going to beat number 7." I was like, "Are you kidding me? Number 7 is Ransack the Universe." Right here. Double IPA with Simcoe, Moutere, Moutere, and Columbus hops.
Intriguing.
Releasing December 1st at 11 a.m. at the brewery and rolling into the markets soon after.
So you're going to be at the brewery at 11:01, aren't you?
I'm not. That's like 6.5 hours away, man. I'm not going to that brewery. I should have. I meant to. I would have stopped at the brewery when I went to visit Chad in January, but I was very much focused when went the first time, I was very much focused on getting to Chad's place. And when I was coming home, I was just very much focused on going home. It's a long, I'm pretty sure that was the longest, like, one-way trip in a car I've ever made in my life. I don't think I've ever driven further than when I went to visit you, Chad. You should feel special.
I do, except you never came back.
I will. God damn it.
So hey, this Michael Oxton guy did do a little interview. They asked him some questions. What would be your desert island beer? And he said Allagash White. Good beer. What's the beer that made you fall in love with beer? Dogfish Head's Worldwide Stout. Oh, that was a good beer. Here's a good one. Fuck Murder Kill. 3 beer types. IPA, Pilsner, Sour. He would fuck the sour, unpredictable, fun, and weird. He would marry the Pilsner, reliable, respected, prosperous, and he would kill the IPA because there was enough of them.
Jesus Christ.
You're on death row. What's your last supper beer? St. Bernardist Apt 12. You can only drink 1 beer for the rest of your life. What is it? Night Shift's Whirlpool. What's the best and worst beer in your fridge right now? Okay, the best is a 2015 bottle of our Pearl barrel-aged wild ale. Okay, whatever. And the worst, the Pearl as well. But the 2016 version.
Oh, I see.
If you could no longer drink beer, what would be your beverage of choice? Bourbon or Scotch?
Bourbon. Although I like Scotch.
Scotch. Absolutely Scotch.
Good day, Nicholas.
Cheers.
You weren't here when we were speaking about a new brewery in New Brunswick, which has a beer on tap, a double chocolate stout at that. I'm going to place in your Quistinothanopus shithole.
Says. Okay, I didn't hear about this, or maybe I haven't heard about this brewery. Or maybe it's just making the news now and I knew it is. It's not Bootstrap, is it?
No. Well, Bootstrap is where the beer is, but it's Matchstick Beer Factory.
Oh, that's that new place in Hampton, I think. Okay, cool. So in other words, it's on at Bootstrap. I might have to go down there this weekend.
What you drinking, Nick?
I am drinking the Space Invader from Amsterdam.
Oh. What's the date on that one?
Fuck if I know. It's date code is L. So what's that?
That should be pretty fresh, I think. I think that's this month. But
well, Tempest is in there, so it can't be that old.
I had it, and I thought, I can't remember. I think my can might have been a little older because I wasn't a big fan of that IPA personally.
Okay, so
what do you think?
we were talking
crazy
about
for either.
We were talking about Trestle. So this is the Trestle Golden Ale. I gave this a 6 out of 10. It's very buttery. It has that diacetyl all over it. Yeah. You can even smell it.
What's diacetyl? What's diacetyl? I don't know what that is.
It's kind of like a buttery
movie theater butter.
Like what is that like?
It's an off flavor. Basically,
that's
an off flavor. Yeah.
It's a off brewing flavor.
Okay. The only commercial brewery in Ontario I've had that has tasted worse than this with the butter was fuck them too, the Blue Elephant people. Fuck you, Blue Elephant. I hope you went out of business by now.
Where the hell are they? I've never heard of them.
They're out of fucking Simcoe, Ontario. I went in. I spent $75 motherfucking dollars on 24 different beers because they had 24 different brands. I'm like, give me one of everything. $75 motherfucking dollars. Every single fucking one of them was fucking movie theater butter popcorn. I was fucking angry. And on every can it was like, local tastes better. No, local tastes better if it's fucking good. Okay, if you know what the fuck you're doing, local tastes better. If it tastes like fucking movie theater butter popcorn, it only tastes better if that's what the fuck I want.
I can't believe it. I thought it was 4 different beers.
I thought I was going to get fucking popcorn lung with every beer.
That's crazy, man. When I went to Great Lakes after Greg's place, they had like 18 beers. I was quite impressed with that.
Which one was that?
Great Lakes.
Great Lakes. I'm surprised they've had that because anytime I've ever sent Greg over there to pick stuff up, he's always like, "Hey, if you see anything at Great Lakes, tell me." Usually they have like 6 or 7 beers.
That's what people were saying. I was actually pissed me off too because I went there, got I think pretty much everything they had that I hadn't tried before, and then like 2 or 3 days later, they released that fucking Grimace's Tears, that strawberry milkshake IPA. I want to try that pretty badly.
So I poured this into my glass. I don't even want to drink it. I'd rather drink some of these Sleemans down here beside me. But
wow, that's not.
Like, why'd you? Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's setting your standard.
I did, however, also bring. I didn't review it, so I can't do it. But I brought this down with me too because I was going to do it, and that's Steam Whistle's second brewery, the Von Bugle.
The Von Bugle.
Von Bugle, yeah. Merrick was the brewmaster at Steam Whistle, and then he retired, and he was saying, "Yeah, I might go back."
Czech guy?
Yeah, he's like, "I might go back to the Czech Republic." He might go back to the Czech. He's like, I'm done. I'm done. I want to be with my family more. 3 months later, they open this place, and he's the brewmaster there. Yeah, so
chug that thing, Chad. Can't let beer get away.
I don't want to.
I randomly reached out to the new brewery opening up here in town. Reached out and said, like, it'd be I'd be really down. Like I was under the impression they were opening like at some point this month, which is not going to happen, obviously. But I reached out being like, it'd be really cool to come in and do like an early kind of preview review or something like that. And the guy gets back to me. He's like, okay, I just need a bit more info. I'm not sure what you want to review because we don't have any beer yet. I was like, oh, shit. I guess you're not opening for a while. And I was just like, I emailed back being like, damn, I thought you'd at least maybe have some pilot batches or something on the go that we could do.
Well, if they might have some there, but if they don't have their manufacturing license yet, they can't even have you look at it.
Oh, right.
Fair enough. I never even thought of that.
But I mean, you could go in and just do a quick interview, talk to them about what's going on, what styles of beer they want to do, that type of stuff.
I never thought of that. I should add on to my email. You know what? I'm adding on right now. I like that. See, you've been doing this for so much fucking longer than me.
Anyway, I'm going to try and get rid of this right now.
Chug.
So Trestle is one of the breweries that you can actually order online and get delivered to your house. They had 7 different beers, and I don't think I want to try any of them now.
You're right.
And I'm sorry, Trestle. It's not anything against you, but there is now 72 breweries in Ontario that will deliver via Canada Post. Yay, Canada Post. But there of those 72, there's probably 30 of them I haven't had anything from before. So you're kind of now pushed to the very back of the line because there's all these other breweries to try from.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad to say, but I mean that's the way it goes. If you and I know how much money beer costs and this and that, right? So I get the fact that, hey, I made a beer, it has an off flavor, I don't want to toss the batch, so let's just sell it anyway. No, that fucking ruins your business. You know what you do? You don't want to lose money. Make this into a malt vinegar or something. Do something with it where you can still make some more money. Sell little bottles of malt vinegar sell fucking cans of malt vinegar at your fucking brewery. Just sour it up, make it into a vinegar. Bang, you're done. You still make some money off the batch, and you make a new batch of it that doesn't fucking have butter popcorn taste in it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Is he doing it? Doing it?
Oh,
you know what I always wish?
Go.
You guys remember it was what the hell's his name? Jimmy, not Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy, the other late guy.
Kimmel.
Yes.
Jimmy
Thank
Kimmel?
you. My God, my head just broke. Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Ferrara used to do the Man Show.
Yeah.
They used to have the organ player guy. And he they do the ziggy zaggy, oi, oi, oi chant. And he would have 2 smaller mugs of beer, but he was able to open his throat right up. And he'd just go, and they were gone. It was the coolest thing ever. And he was this old man, too. It was funny to see.
Yeah.
I always wished I could fucking, like, chug a beer like that. Just, like, open your throat and just pour it in.
Jesus.
Hell of a thing.
Adam Carolla.
Yeah, Adam Carolla. Yep.
I said Ferrari. You're right.
What's that? What was that?
That's the guy that was hosting American Top Gear.
There's another brewery in Ontario that made kind of shit. They're gone now, but they kind of made like a butter popcorn shitty kind of beer. It was Hogsback, I believe.
Oh yeah, Hogsback. They're gone too.
Yeah.
I had one of their beers, I think. I got it in the Sudbury. It's funny how many beers. Well, I guess Sudbury is kind of a straight line from Toronto, whereas North Bay is a bit more this way.
Oh, Sleeman, Jesus.
But yeah, Sudbury.
Original.
Actually, the other night I went to Sudbury for work, and we finished work in time for me to stop at the LCBO on the way home. Bought some random beers. Bought a bottle of Fat Tug. by Driftwood because it's always been a really good IPA. Again, anywhere I've seen it, it doesn't sit. It never seems to sit around, so that it's always usually pretty fresh. Bring it home, poured it, one drink, and it got drain poured because it was fucking gross. It was. It was.
I'm glad you said that because
I was not happy.
Isn't that Driftwood Fat Tug?
Yeah, and it's usually really, really good.
Yeah. When I reviewed Fat Tug, Ken brought it back for us. He drove from BC to Ontario. He bought a bottle of Fat Tug, and we all hated it. And we got hated on for months about hating it. And I'm like, look, guys, I get, and it was all people from BC that were angry at us. We're like, you're in BC. It sat in a guy's trunk from BC to Ontario. I don't know what the fuck he did with it, but it's horrible beer right now. Like, you want to send me a new one? Send me a new one. I'll try it. I tried it later on, too.
Well, you showed it up in Ontario, I believe.
Yeah, it showed up in Ontario. I tried it again when it showed up in Ontario. I didn't hate it.
Which one is that, sorry?
I wasn't a fan of it. That was Fat Tug.
The Fat Tug.
Okay, Fat Tug, yeah. Yeah, it shows up at the downtown LCBO here in North Bay now and then. And like I said, it's there and it's gone that day kind of thing. Like, it does not last. So I figured, I saw it in Sudbury. There's like 6 bottles sitting there. I'm like,
there's a reason they're there.
And no, I was very happy that I bought a few cans of the Live Transmission by Flying Monkeys while I was there. It's funny, Live Transmission, their milkshake.
Isn't that old now? Isn't that old now?
It's full time, so they're always making it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's funny. 2 of the 3 LCBOs here have it, and they've got no date labels on them. So I'm like, no, I'm not buying that. I go to Sudbury, and it was like a month old, so I bought some, and it's a good milkshake IPA. I like it. Good solid milkshake IPA. Both show.
Oh, what was it? I was thinking of saying something, and then you interrupted.
I apologize.
That's right. Something to do with Fat. Oh yeah, when Fat Tug showed up, Guy sent me a bottle of it, and I actually really liked it. But I think they sent a nice bottle of it, a nice batch of it to Ontario. But I think I had mine with a couple months on it. It was still pretty friggin' solid.
Well, a couple. I'm saying the one I had, it was like
probably been there
for a fucking while, man. It like I poured it.
Or maybe the quality's gone downhill, like Red Racer or something.
Yeah, but no, like Driftwood is. I follow them on Facebook and shit, and they're like all about the quality of their beer and stuff, and making really good shit. So I don't think so. I'm assuming it was just sitting around, man.
Mm.
Well, again, Sudbury's LCBO has a lot more selection than here, so maybe people
now Dan's
gravitate towards something else.
Dan's here, so he might know this. Which brewery did Satori Harvest and which brewery did Green Reaper? They're both from BC. I think they might both be Driftwood. It was, what's the other big one in BC? Not Driftwood, the other big IPA brewery.
Would something of theirs made it here? Steamworks? They make
no. These things were sent to me from BC from a guy there.
Driftwood did send me one package.
Phillips did. Phillips. Okay, so Phillips did the Green Reaper. Green Reaper. I don't know what type of hops they used in Green Reaper. I don't know what the IBUs was on Green Reaper. My tongue legitimately was swelling.
Wow.
It was closing my throat. Wow. It was awesome and horrible and scary.
It was
awesome. Phillips also did the Hop Circle, I think.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of Hop Circle. However, I did love the Satori Harvest. It was.
Does Phillips make that Blue Buck beer?
Yes.
That's the only thing about them I think I've had.
And
it's very much not any kind of IPA. It was good though. Not as good as Long Dark Voyage to Uranus though. Mm-hmm.
So I love when Drunken One showed up on here. I was just sitting here talking to my daughter there, not Annika, my new daughter. and she sees Drunken One pop up on the screen and she's about to run away. She's like, oh no, we're not online, you're okay. Okay. We're still waiting to go on, don't worry.
She didn't want to have any part of that.
Oh, she usually sneaks down here and like crawls across the floor and stuff to throw things at me and shit when I'm live.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's kids, all right.
How you doing, Drunken One? I haven't talked to you in a while.
Oh, all right, I guess. I got some canned beers I'll whip out here in a second. I got one that, like, it opened, the whole top opens. It, like, oh, the whole damn top opens.
Really?
Like the whole bit of, yeah, I've got an empty one here.
Didn't some beers used to have, like, the pull tab kind of shit, something like that?
Four Corners. I think that's from down this way. I don't know if y'all can get it. Four Corners.
Okay.
You can even see what I'm showing you, but check out the top on it.
Oh, weird. So it's the whole
there's a lot of breweries in England that do that now, and Sam Adams is doing that again.
Is that like for draft beers? Will do that now or what? Like forget what it is. There's something about that kind of can opening, isn't it?
Makes it go down pretty quick. I can tell you that. There's no like glug glug glug. You know, it's more like drinking out of a glass, I guess.
Oh yeah, I suppose if you're drinking it out of the can straight like that, it's just like drinking it out of a mug.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Like you don't have to pour it to get the whole glass kind of thing. But that's still weird though. What
I thought was weird is being that you can see it all the way into the can because it's open like that. You would think that there wouldn't have been sediment at the bottom. Now this is an IPA, and there was stuff at the bottom. You know, so. I don't know. It didn't say to shake it or roll it or anything like that. So, this is from Dallas, Texas.
I want to say Collective Arts, actually. Their fucking IPAs have a tendency. It could be like they're using flour to cloud them up. That fucking whole.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. They would never do that.
Yeah.
They would never do that.
But yeah, like, I've noticed the Ransack, if you get that a little bit older, some of their other ones, they do have like the fucking snow globe thing going on in there. Their new sour, that raspberry dry hop sour, I have to say, very, very tasty.
Raspberry dry, what, from Collective Arts?
Yeah. It's their mash up the jam or jam up the mash, whatever.
Yeah, we get mash up the jam here, actually.
No, but it's that with raspberry added. And
okay.
Apparently that makes it now worth $4.50 a can, which is a little bit pricey.
I wonder if that's what we got here, because is it in a
you know what? Thank you, Nick and Drunken One, both of you. The noise you just made when I said $4.50. Thank you. Marcel, Marcel, he gets in these like unbelievably heated arguments with me about this shit. He's like, who are you to fucking say the price that they should charge? Blah 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 blah. And he's like, they're using better ingredients and blah blah. And he just fucking goes off on it. It's like, dude.
Okay, yeah, but we've been able to buy beers like that for years. They didn't cost fucking $5.
I know
they've been drinking this kind of beer for years now.
Spending more on cans and stuff, the tariffs and shit, fair enough, blah 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 blah. But still, Collective Arts is just basically ripping people.
Now, the standard Trailway release up here is $4.50 a can nowadays. Sorry.
BDU has had this argument going on for the entire 4 or 5 years. BDU now, and
I think we're at year 5 right now, aren't
we? The thing is, I have brewed commercially in commercial breweries. I have brewed at home. I know how much it costs to make a batch of beer. The only reason they're charging $5 a can is because people are willing to pay $5 a can.
Yep.
Thank you. It
doesn't cost that much to generate.
I love that we're live right now. I'm totally going to play this back for Marcel next time he comes over. We're gonna fight.
He can fight, and I mean, this is the thing, right? I always fight that beer prices have gone up too much for what they're making, blah, blah, blah.
Beer price is too damn high.
Joe's argument was always, if people are dumb enough to pay it, then it's going to be that way, and you can't be angry at them. And you know what? It's true, and it's not true at the same time. I'm legitimately allowed to be angry about it, but there's nothing I can do about it because dumb people are willing to pay the price. What was it when dollar beers, when buck of beer was coming into Ontario, there was a lot of breweries that came out to break down the price of beer. And I don't think they realized how stupid it was to actually publicly break down the price of beer because people can copy that and keep it because now it's on the internet. So one brewer came out and said, we cannot sell beer for $1 a beer because this is what it costs us to make. And he was talking about one of his IPAs that is a bigger IPA, a bigger, badder IPA that takes more ingredients. It was $1.75 a can is what it cost him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, and then another brewery came out with regular beer, just regular, something kind of like...
Marcel's thing is that apparently the hops they're using are more expensive or something.
No, they're the same hops everybody's fucking buying. Once you buy them in fucking quantities that they're buying it at, it's cheaper.
That's what I assumed.
And anyway, all brewing is a fucking business of volume. The bigger you are, the less it costs to make. So a brewery Merchant Ale House came
in. And Collective Arts is pretty goddamn big right now.
They're one of the fucking biggest in Ontario, which is scary because they're pretty fucking new.
Are they like compared to Muskoka? I know Muskoka's probably...
They bought all the equipment that's at all the equipment that is in the Collective Arts facility is the old brewing equipment from the Sleeman's plant in Nova Scotia.
Is it really?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
What happened to the Lakeport gear?
All the shipping fucking cost.
What happened to the Lakeport gear that was there before?
Oh, that was all destroyed, and the fucking drains were filled with concrete, and they spent millions to get that building open.
God damn.
But where I was going was Merchant Ale House came out. Okay, Merchant Ale House is a brew pub in St. Catharines. They came out and said, "This is a beer that we normally make. We can make it for 95 cents a can. We could make 5 cents a can if we went to dollar beer. So if they're on that small scale could make regular beer for under $1 with all the taxes and everything included, all the big guys can too. They just don't want to, which is fine. You don't have to. But $5 a can to me for an IPA that you used to buy IPAs like that for $3 a can is kind of sad. I understand that, everything's going up, the price of employees. I get all that.
Like my whole thing was that IP number 5 was the one. I never had one, but 2, 3, and 4. I can't remember the exact price, but they were all I wanted. I'm pretty sure they were under $4. They were a little bit more than the regular, but they were still reasonably priced. And then
these things are coming out like every 3 months, right? So
IP number 5 came out, and it was the first one to be like an 8-point whatever double IPA. That was the first one that was $4.95.
Yeah, they were all 7% before that.
And that one there, I was like, this one kind of, that was the first one to have the jacked up price. I was like, that's expensive, but 8%, I'll try it. And it was really, really good. So that was the first one that I kind of thought was worth it. Then Liquid Arts Fest came out. It wasn't in the numbered series, but it's still a collective project IPA, so it's still technically part of. And that one was $4.95 as well, which lower ABV, but it was amazing. So I was still kind of. But then 6 and 7 came out, and then they kept the price point at the same, but brought the ABV back down. And we're just like, where you got to, where it's like they're just doing it because people are willing to pay it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the thing, right? Beer will price itself what people are willing to pay. And it's always going to be that way. It's always going to be that whatever you're willing to pay is what somebody is going to charge. It's unfortunate, but it's the thing, right?
I've kind of stopped buying a lot of the new beers that NB Liquor has been bringing in, just because a lot of the nicer releases are starting to get like $12, $15.
Well, that's the thing, right? I was looking for Don's Choice. I legitimately was trying to find a bottle of Don's Choice. There was 2 LCBOs in St. Catharines. We were in St. Catharines buying Christmas gifts. There was 2 LCBOs in St. Catharines that said they had over 20 bottles and one that had 15. The one that had 15, none of them. The one that had 24, none of them. The one that had 20, couldn't find any either. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because the LCBO's inventory system is live action, right? As soon as a bottle's bought, it comes off that number. So where the fuck are these 24 bottles? Oh, I don't know. Well, what the fuck do you mean you don't know? They were all scanned in and now they're gone? Where the fuck? They're fucking hiding them in the back, most likely till payday. But anyway, So Don's Choice, I was looking for those, and because I couldn't find them, then I started looking at other things, right? I'm like, okay, I have $20. What can I buy? And I'm finding things here and there. And like I said, I bought the Side Launch Dry Hop Sour Ale because I'm like, I've never seen Side Launch have a fucking dry hop sour ale, right? Like they've never done anything like this. Mike does not do shit like this, so this is amazing to me. Yeah, well, no, but like what I'm saying is like Mike likes super safe styles of beer. So to see that, I'm like, oh, I gotta get it. But I picked up a bunch of beers. I spent $20 on I think 6 beers, which is great, But there was a lot of beers I wanted. I was looking at things like there was this cherry porter, but it was like $5 for the can. I'm like, like I'm just looking at things and I'm going, why am I going to pay that for that when this is sitting beside it for this much less?
There's this like coffee Christmas stout that NB Liquor that's like $5 a can that I've been eyeing for weeks now. I'm like $5. Well, maybe I'll get it next time. It's going to be like that until it's gone, and that's the way it is lately. It's just
you look at something right like, these days. Looking at that $6.25 bottle, and I'm like, do I want to spend 20 minutes of my life to drink that? And I don't know. It's saddening when you look at the price on some things. Like that's why I I've always said the three things that a brewery needs to succeed is great people, great beer, great prices. If you have all three of those, you're fucking amazing. If you have a combination of two of those, you're still great. If you have just one of them, you can still do okay. And there's some that don't have any of them. But
I like Lagunitas. Lagunitas has got pretty good beer, and they're reasonably priced. I like their brand.
Yeah, I'll agree.
Sorry, I missed that. What brand of what now?
Well, even Samuel Adams isn't that bad. When you consider how much like a 12-pack, a taster's pack from Samuel Adams costs in the States, it's not bad. It may not be super great, but it's not bad for the price.
Right, I think like $14.99 for a 12-pack of
exactly.
cans. Yeah, there's 4 different flavors, or 4 different flavors, 3 each.
I haven't tried any yet, but that milkshake stout pack I think was $20.
Yeah, $20.95.
6 cans of beer.
Are you? Oh, it's a 6-pack. Okay.
Oh.
Well, still, isn't it $70 for you for the 12-pack?
I call it reasonable.
We get the 12-pack of that. It's got I don't know if it's like 2 of each or I think it's like one of 12 different styles. So
even at 12 different beers, if we were buying a 12-pack, we would be spending $42. What would you be spending for your 12-pack?
Wow.
What, 2 for?
Yeah, like not even
12.
20. You know, I would depend on the can,
but...
How much does the 12-pack cost out there?
Like for like
not we're talking about a specific beer right now. We're talking about the Rochester Mills seasonal milkshake stout pack.
Oh, I don't know.
But I'm damn excited. Everything I'm not. The creme de menthe one kind of doesn't really sound that great to me, but
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to hear from Nicholas what it costs out there. That's all.
Oh, for that milkshake pack. I'll bring it up here. It is $70.99 for that fucking milkshake.
Okay,
pack.
so your 12-pack is $71. We could get a 12-pack here for $42.
What, the milkshake stuff?
Yeah.
What is that milkshake? Is it 6 and 6?
No, it's
actually 12 different beers. I see an English toffee, peanut brittle, German chocolate cake, chocolate cherry cheesecake, coffee mousse, I think.
Okay, that makes me wonder. That makes me wonder if they have
blueberry
2
pancake,
separate 6-packs then.
Ninja Turtle.
Really?
Bourbon barrel aged. Ooh, bourbon barrel aged toasted marshmallow.
I mean, it doesn't even matter if it's 12 different beers. If 6 of them cost us $20, how does the other 6 cost an extra $50?
Yeah, they are just they went the extra mile, man. They used the best fucking.
They went the extra mile. Well, they did. They went the extra mile because it's much further than New Brunswick.
It does make me think though, if they're like, are there maybe
$80 for it in Alberta?
Are there potentially 2 different 6-packs?
Is it really $80 in Alberta? Holy fuck!
So again, I can get 2 of them for $42.
Wow.
Now I don't have. There's 6 beers I'm missing out of those 2, but you know what? If I was to have to buy 12 of them, I'd probably rather spend $42 for 12 than $80 for 12, even if I'm getting 6 different beers.
Mm-hmm.
Here, I'll show you something that's kind of interesting, and it's a bit of a different topic, and sorry to change the subject, but this was just announced by Trailway today. Their Sam Squanch IPA made with Sasquatch hops. I guess it's a new breed of patented Canadian grown hops. Have you heard of Sasquatch?
What is that? Go back. What it bred to be uniquely pungent and to thrive in Canadian climates.
In the Canadian climate. I just thought that was kind of cool, like a Canadian grown hop. I would have thought there'd be a Canadian hop already, but
I
fucking love the name.
I would have liked it better if they called the actual hop Sam Squanch. That would have been awesome. That would have been great.
Well, it's close enough that they call it Sasquatch.
Yeah, but Sasquatch is more like a Western U.S. thing more than Canada, I'd say.
Well, it's grown in Saskatchewan, I think, so maybe.
Okay. They should have called it Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewani?
Saskatchewan. There you go.
Here we go. From August 2018, BC company patents Sasquatch, country's first homegrown hops.
And how do you patent a fucking hop? Like, what if somebody else is doing their own experiments with hops and they accidentally create the same fucking thing?
Right? If they create the same thing, they can't use it anymore.
That's weird. Like they're just experimenting around, and they, by a complete accident, they create this new thing. Like that must be a hell of a fucking annoying thing for people that are trying to breed new strains of hops. You breed this new strain, and you're like, oh, it's awesome. Now you got to go and do all this fucking research to see if somebody else already did it. That's crazy.
Yeah, Western Edge of Chilliwack.
I didn't think you could patent a fucking plant.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Ted Curry from Pucker Butt. He has so many peppers patented. It's not.
You know, okay, yeah, that's
I'm pretty sure. Like,
right there.
Well, what about like Equinox hops?
Yep, Equinox, Nelson Sauvin.
What's that hop that Miller uses? Don't they use one that's patented?
Yeah, it's yeah.
So
who cares? Who cares?
Are there other ones that aren't patented?
Oh, there's a lot that anybody can grow. Yeah, there's like Chinook and all that. Anybody can grow that and sell it to you.
But why? Are they like just the
I think
I
would assume it's like, first off, that it's probably the original stuff and that it's just old world hops, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because most new hops, like the things that people are after right now, all the real cool things are things that have been hybrid hops.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of like
you do a great job of like explaining all this craft beer shit to the layman, Chad. I like it. You're good. You're good guy.
I'm gonna drink
a lot of the hops that we get, like all the.
Everybody prepare. We have an incoming Clysack apparently.
I'm gonna drink some Logo Tread.
Ooh, low standards. Actually, no.
Actually, we do have one more news article to talk about.
Oh, go ahead.
DME has gone into receivership. For those of you that don't know what DME is, it's Diversified Metal Engineering. Diversified Metal Engineering is the company in Canada that makes almost every brew house in Canada that isn't bought from China. They do have a subset, NSI. We were waiting. A buddy of mine actually builds brew houses, and he buys from DME all the time. He was waiting to find out if NSI actually was connected with the receivership or not. They're in Carolina. Yes, NSI is going out of business as well. I don't know what is going to happen with this, but anyway, here's the news article. After 27 years of business in Charlottetown, Diversified Metal Engineering has been suddenly thrown into receivership, which amazes me because there is so many new breweries opening up every day.
I wonder if it's got something to do with all the tariffs.
Workforce and Advanced Learning Minister Sonny Gallant and Economics Development and Tourism Minister Chris Palmer issued a written statement Monday saying they were aware DME's PEI operations are under receivership. This is disappointing news, particularly for the affected employees and their families, the statement said. Government will work swiftly to offer assistance to any affected employees to help them reattach to the workforce. Workforce and Advanced Learning has reached out to DME, it added, and Skills PEI will also offer transitional support services to affected workers. CBC News has contacted the receiver. However, the receiver declined comment. Earlier this year, the CBC reported that the company employed about 165 people in Charlottetown, 150 in Abbotsford, BC, and about 20 in South Carolina. Again, the South Carolina version was NSI. The South Carolina operation is not included in the receivership, but that did come out to actually be true. It was included in the receivership. DME created many different products, most in the craft brewing industry. DME Solutions has shipped to 800 breweries in 67 countries around the world and its factories in China and India. The company also made equipment for industrial food and beverage, water treatment, and marine industries, as well as biotechnology. A few years ago, got into the marijuana industry, making systems to extract cannabis oil, and still went out of business.
You got to think, though, like... everybody's like it's, well, here in Canada anyway, you gotta think like weed's legal now. I could start a weed business, but like that's what everybody's thinking. Yeah. So it's gonna be like the craft beer market. Like Ontario, it was Dwayne again from Highlander we were talking, and it's like Ontario is like it's saturated. Like there's really not much more craft beer that we can take, kind of thing, like for our population.
I would argue with Dwayne that that's completely wrong. What it is that the places that have craft breweries right now are fairly saturated. I don't see Ottawa getting more.
You know what? I agree, because I was going to say like any And that's my biggest argument with craft breweries kind of is like you want to open a craft brewery. Ideally, like my thought is what I would want to do.
Find a small town. Find a small town
Yes.
that likes to support local and open up there. Guess what? Now you're the small town brewery.
And don't even worry and like don't even have to worry about the fucking hey Chris, what's going on? Don't even have to worry about the LCBO or the beer store. Really.
No, just worry about the
online shop. Online shop if you want. Make really good beer that gets people talking, and then you become a destination, and you're bringing tourism to the town, right? And you're helping your town.
Like Ottawa has 22 breweries right now. Do they need more? Toronto has over 30. Do they need more? Niagara region has like 12 right now. Do we need more? But there's so many little towns out there that have nothing. Guess what? They can open one.
That's a really well again like so like as like what you're saying. Yeah. So as a whole, the province, you could throw a couple cities are getting to the point where it's like you're being ridiculous.
Yeah, I would agree with him on. And anyway, good day, Christopher. We haven't seen you in forever.
And we can't hear you in forever either.
He's too good for us. He doesn't want to talk to us.
Fix your shit.
Right?
I'm pouring my Lego Tread into my Beer Academy glass.
Lego Tread.
He's got his microphone on black and white.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yes.
Major song.
Welcome.
Well, it's weird because I went to the default mic, which is my snowball, and I went to the other mic, which is the snowball. It's the same mic, but that's weird.
Where are you right now?
I am at a different location right now.
I know where he is.
It's fucking weird. You're at your lady's place?
Yeah.
But in a different location than the last time I saw your lady's place. I think, aren't you? Okay.
I just float around the place right now.
It's fucking weird.
Anyway, let's talk about what I'm drinking right now. I'm drinking a vodka mud shake. This is the chocolate and candy cane. The chocolate candy cane mud shake.
I actually recognize exactly where he's sitting.
And you know how awesome this is?
I've had a few of like they're good, but you don't want to drink that all night long. That's so much milky sugarness.
Well, it's basically a white Russian with peppermint.
I'm not Russian, sir.
It's like that. Well, I got the drunken one probably, and I know drunken one probably hasn't had it, but you guys, everybody else here has had the President's Choice chocolate candy cane crackle thing they release every year.
The ice cream?
No.
The ice cream?
Candy cane ice cream? It's not chocolate. It's got fudge crackle in it. It's vanilla.
Well, it's chocolate. It's got pieces of chocolate in there with the candy cane. But yeah, it's
ice cream of all time.
If you've never had that, Chad, dude, I highly recommend you try.
I had to go to a guide's ceremony tonight because my stepdaughter just got, she's now a guide instead of whatever it is before that, a brownie or a spark or whatever. No, Scouts. Girl guide.
Yes, guide then scout, I guess. You're right. So brownies, I think is the first one. Brownies.
So yeah, she went from a brownie to a scout, and she just got her pins and all that today. So I went to that, and she comes up and sits beside me with this cupcake and these little brownie fingers, and I'm like, "What the fuck are those?" She's like, "Brownie sticks." I go, I did not know there's brownie sticks. And then she's trying to fight back and forth because every time she comes closer to me, I go to take her brownie stick, and then she'd go closer to her sister, and her sister would try to take her brownie stick. You know what to do? Like, we just need Boris here to just come up from the front and take the whole plate from you.
Burger King for a while was doing French toast sticks as a breakfast thing.
I had I went to Swiss Chalet with the future in-laws and Alicia, and they had funnel cake fries. And oh my fucking God, were they amazing!
Oh. What's like I think again Burger King. I think it's like a seasonal thing they bring back. They're chicken fries. Oh, I'm sure it's just like the most. It's even more processed than a fucking McNugget probably.
Oh no,
it's
disgustingly processed.
But they're so good. They're so tasty.
So, like I said, tomorrow we are going to the Cayman Kettle and possibly Iggy's afterwards. So we might do some live streaming tomorrow too.
I want to go back to the Cayman Kettle so badly.
Oh, you can see it now.
And they've got like the Righteous Monger, whatever. Like they're on-site.
Oh yeah, food. Mark is awesome.
They seem to make some tasty food and shit there.
What time are you going, Chad?
Brendan is showing up at my house at 5:30 tomorrow, so we're probably leaving my house around 6:30, and we're going to meet Ashley at about 7:30.
Randomly, if you're there, if Dave is there, tell Dave that Redbeard loves him. Because he sent me a crowler of their Jacko Fire, and it was so good.
What time's came open until tomorrow?
They're open till 9. That's why we're going to go to Iggy's afterwards.
All right, I might join you.
What is Iggy's?
Iggy's Pub and Grub.
Okay.
It's a pub right up the street from the Cayman Kettle, and they have 25 beers on tap.
Yep.
Nice.
Plus ciders and
that's cool.
Poutines and pizza and wings.
Like, there's a couple bars here in North Bay that have like I want to say the most is probably like 10 or so different taps, but a couple of them actually have craft beer fridges that are fucking loaded up with a bunch of different craft beers.
So we went to Battle. I went to Battle with Natalie Novak, Christian Natalie. So Battle is the backyard axe throwing league, and you give me a small axe, I'm no good. You give me the big axe, I can fucking hit the bullseye over and over again. But,
you say league? Is there like an actual like?
Yeah, it's a league. It's a fucking axe throwing league.
And like,
we went for.
Are you on teams or?
There's teams and shit like that. Yeah, but no, I only went once. I just went once to play, and we're there, and they have beer. They serve beer while you're playing, or you can get liquor because why not get drunk while throwing axes?
Damn right.
But, the beer they have like Canadian Coors Light, Bud, Miller, all that, and then they have 5 different craft choices, and they're all from Woodhouse. It's the entire Woodhouse lineup, and I'm like, oh yeah, and drank it all.
Takeover.
By the way, hi drunken one. I haven't seen you and hung out with you.
Hey, Chris. How the hell are you, man?
Chris is too good for us. He doesn't hang out anymore.
Yeah.
Him and his fucking life. So think you're so cool with your life.
Life gets in the way.
Yeah.
It happens.
Got brother Rod in the chat. Rod J.
Hey, Rod.
Is Rod here? Good day, Rod. Why aren't you in here, Rod? You're too good for us too.
Does Rod have a link? I don't know if he's in the 101 chat. I don't think he is. He might be.
Oh, he's just here. Well, personally, he wants in.
Yeah. Well, there we go. Rod, would you like to join us? You fantastic.
Who's clicking cups? Who's
I noticed
clicking
that
against the cup?
Well, that was a dog in the room.
Oh,
with a couple bottles on her collar or something. What? Randomly, I saw the coolest random post on Facebook today. Somebody had a dog that had like an issue. They couldn't want to keep the dog from biting itself or something because it would have surgery. Instead of the cone, this person took their collar and like opened it up a bit so it was way more loose and chopped up pieces of a pool noodle and put that around the collar. So the dog still couldn't get to itself to bite on itself, but it was way more able to like eat its food and shit. I thought that was really cool.
Well, it also would cost a lot less than a fucking cone. The cone of shame is expensive.
I have one just that like before Oreo came to me from my mom, he was having issues with biting on himself really bad, so they got a cone. So I have one. I never had to pay for it. I don't know what it cost, but
who are you kidding? You like to wear that on in your spare time.
I've never put it on myself. I don't even know if it would fit. It's for a small dog.
Fucking hilarious if you did that in the video.
So trying to drink the beer. That's the thing. Like human hands, kind of. You'd have to have a big cone on a person to make it so like they couldn't get their hands to their face, kind of thing. Because that's the only reason you'd really want to put a human cone on, because like humans usually don't have issues with biting themselves.
The cone would have to be monstrous.
It'd be pretty funny. Like the one I have for Oreo, even if it would fit on me, would probably barely even like encase my whole head. Probably stop. Like you still see like the little bald cap sticking out on top. It'd be great. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's been Oreo's been so fucking well behaved though ever since he came here from my mom's place. She's just like sitting there now. He's just looking up at me. Let me pet him with his pet. I'm petting him with my foot. He's such a good boy.
Boris and Marley are both upstairs. Neither of them have come down. I'm amazed.
Helga's just down there, I guess.
Helga's not here anymore.
I remember just saying something about that. What happened with her?
Helga became very aggressive, and
she was like very possessive of you and wouldn't let the other dogs near you.
She wouldn't let people near me even. So she snapped at one of the kids one time, and I'm like, okay, now you got to go.
She didn't get put down, did she?
No, she didn't get put down. She has a new family. Colleen's gone as well. Colleen was never meant to stay with me. She was a rescue. And speaking of the devil, here's up the two monsters. Anyway, Colleen was never meant to stay with me. She's now with Alicia's parents. She's a fucking spoiled. She's a spoiled fucking giant dog. That if
so you got Boris.
I have Boris and Marley. Marley's a 9-year-old Roddy Lab.
Was she with your current lady thing?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And they get along well, I'm assuming?
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Marley gives Boris blowjobs all the time.
How old is Boris now?
2.
Also, she'll probably put him in his place and maybe help him be a little more calm. Hopefully, possibly.
So there's Boris and Marley. Colleen is with Alicia's parents, and yeah, she goes with car rides everywhere. She goes everywhere with them. She's a spoiled little dog that if she could fit in Alicia's mom's purse, she would.
That's awesome. When I was at that Royal Fair serving the beer for Highlander, one person came up and they had this tiny. It must have been like the size of my fucking computer mouse here. Like this little chihuahua, jet black chihuahua in her shirt. And she said it was like 4 years old, obviously full grown, but like the smallest dog I've ever seen in person. And it was so fucking adorable, man. Oh my God. It was the cutest thing I think I've ever seen in my life. I can't even imagine like having a dog like that. You just lose it under the couch or something. Like what the fuck? It'd be crazy.
That would be smaller than one of the bones that my dogs chew on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Boris's head is like probably, roughly maybe-ish of almost the same kind of surface area of the dog, but
Boris. Come here.
Probably weighs about 2 more pounds.
Come on, boy. There you go. There you go. Oh, what a good boy, eh? What a good boy, yeah.
I can't believe Helga got aggressive. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it was, she needed a new place.
When I was there, there's a couple times where she was like viciously kind of like, get the fuck away from me to Boris kind of shit. Like she had a little bit of a bitchy. Let's
just pretend one of these stuffed animals that are in the background are talking right now instead of residents.
That works too, I'm getting a beer, man. I'm good. But yeah, like I never would have assumed that she would attack, like snap at a kid, but she did seem like, especially compared to Boris. Oh, like Boris is not aggressive at all. Like he might hurt you just by jumping on you and accidentally
maybe
fucking.
It was Helga having the puppies that probably might have switched her.
That's possible as well. Be more.
It was starting before then, but yeah, I think that pushed her over the edge.
I'm glad you found her a good new place to be.
Yep.
And I'm also glad that Boris is not alone now. He's still got a friend. That's cool.
Right. That's important.
Well, I'm glad I found Colleen a place. Like I said, Colleen was never meant to stay with me. She just stayed with me because...
You had her for a while, too. Like, she went from being, like, a little nothing when you got her to being a bit of a monster.
She's bigger than Boris and Marley.
That's crazy. What is Marley? Did you say she is?
Roddy and Lab.
A Roddy Lab. So what's the... Let's see, like, what's more dominant? Right, oh, I'm son. So the snout seems a bit more out than it would be on a Roddy. The color's Roddy though, for sure.
Oh yeah, if you didn't look at the snout, she would be a Roddy.
I love how the cool different traits of dogs can mix sometimes. Like it sucks that people went to the point of like breeding some species of dogs to the point where they get all these basically unpreventable health issues in their life and stuff because we fucked them up so bad. But some crossbreeds they're fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, Bora. I still keep in contact with three of the puppies, like 3 of the owners of the puppies from Helga, and they're all beautiful, amazing dogs. They all took after. Well, one of them took after Helga. She's the boss of that house. The other 2 took after him. They're just super friendly.
Well, that's what they were. Boxer and her mix, weren't they?
Yeah.
He was, yeah. So I don't think I ever even saw. Maybe I saw for just a second or something like that, but like the look of the puppies, I can't remember.
Get down for a second, Boris.
Like, did they got more of her snout? I'm assuming.
1 second, yeah. 1 second, so.
Got some pictures there.
I do, like I said, I keep in contact with a few of them, so I have some. So let me find them.
Drinking a beer analysis 101. Arl Star right there. MGD.
What the hell do you like? My God, you fucking do these moo quickies with these fucking amazing, crazy beers you get.
Yeah.
And you come on this shit, you just drink garbage. Actually, Chris, did you see
I saw the sour. I saw
Collective Arts, though, they put in a post. IP number 8 is coming soon.
I saw that a few days ago. Yeah, that's
it's going to be possibly closer to number 5.
I still got to catch up. I still got to drink my number 6 and 7.
Your 6 is probably not. It was already pretty not impressive, so that's probably going to suck for you.
No, it's probably going to be really sweet.
And 7, just go buy a can of Rensack, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Really kind of pissed me off. I might have got a little overly mad in that particular review.
I want to try that sour that you just reviewed because that
one's good. It's again $4.50 a can. It's on the pricey side, but it's good. The best new beer I've had from Collective Arts in a little while, for sure.
Okay. Here's the one that took just after Helga.
So more of the Helga's like face, but definitely the Boris color. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It looks like one of those fucking wild African dogs. What you see on like documentaries and shit.
Does it look like a dingo? Oh, sorry, wrong country.
Yeah, a little bit.
And this is.
That would make more sense if it was snapping at a kid. Dingo ate your baby.
Here's another one of them.
Crikey.
Oh, that one's really that looks like that looks more like an average boxer. Like different kind of color. That's crazy.
That's some big ass feet on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe big ass dogs.
At Subway.
Puppies are so goddamn adorable. That's cute.
Unfortunately, they're a Maple Leaf fan.
So obviously all the puppies have new homes. You sold them.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Chad's a good puppy, Homer. You're such a good boy, Chad.
I lost track of. She had 7. I keep in contact with 3 of them. I hear about 2 of them every once in a while. The other 2 I haven't heard from since they took them.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be a fucking terrible thing to hear about. Like you sell a puppy to somebody and then you hear that it becomes this abused animal or something. But I want to believe that's like the very, very low end of the spectrum. I want to put a bit more faith in humanity. Like anybody who fucking just like injures an animal for their own personal enjoyment, like fuck you. That's just, oh my God.
I'm going to go take a pee. When we come back, I will have one more beer and chat with you guys, and then I got to go have some snuggle time.
Aww.
All right.
Anyway, while I'm gone, I guess we'll leave Chris in charge, even though he hasn't been here for a while.
Yes, I'm in charge. Good, I'm in charge. Yes. Cool.
I don't know if I've ever been left in charge by anybody. I feel kind of sad.
Where did Nick go?
He's been gone for a little while. He just like walked away.
Yeah, he did.
So what's going on with you, Drunken One? What's new?
Oh, same old stuff. Finishing up one keg. I guess this is the last one out of that stout / barley wine.
Nice.
I pulled it and it started doing the.
Oh.
Yeah, same old stuff. Still on the weight loss journey, down almost 30 pounds. That's kind of up and down that one. You know, it's those late night snacks that get you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I usually just like straight up eat is late at night. Like I haven't eaten.
You know what?
I haven't eaten anything yet today myself personally.
It has
nothing.
Drunken One, listen. It actually doesn't have anything to do with what time you eat. It's more of your caloric intake is what's gonna.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, just like a little bag of peanuts, for example, is 290 calories. Although it's just a little bag of peanuts. So eating those late, it sure doesn't help. Well, I mean, like you're saying, yeah, any old time, but
No,
It's
I know.
like I make bad food choices when I'm sitting here in front of the computer. So,
Yeah. Exactly.
Now you got fucking dumbass going.
I didn't get dumbass going. He was already going.
And Chad's back.
so it's
You're talking about one of your dogs? I'm assuming. I'm hoping. Dumbass, one of your dogs? I'm hoping.
Yeah, we were talking about Boris.
Nick's back. Nick's back.
Yo, what's up?
Nick, what are you drinking?
I am about to crack open a Fin de Monde.
Not a fan of that. That whole fucking case.
Oh, what? Don't like Unibrew, I take it?
No, I'm not a fan.
Suit yourself.
I'm not a fan of the French.
I haven't reviewed this yet, so I can't drink this, but I really want to.
Oh, is it that steep coffee?
Yeah.
How many's in the pack?
3.
1, 3.
Where's that from?
Sleeman.
I saw that tonight in NB Liquor. That new pack from Sleeman that has that steep coffee in it.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
3
get
each.
it, then we'll be in with that one because that one's different than fucking all the other shit we've been doing.
I'm gonna do my
I'll
last beer of the
pick it
night will
up
be
if you guys
Sleeman
wanna
Honey
do it.
Brown.
I'll pick up that pack if you guys want to do a beer analysis on that steep beer. I'd like to look at
Well,
Sleeman's this morning.
this thing is available at both LCBOs and beer stores, so a lot of them could probably get it.
Good.
You might get Greg whining about it, but I mean,
Whining about having
I
to
was
buy a
able to get a
12-pack.
hold of it. So, well, not even the 12-pack, just having to go out of his house to get it.
Oh, yeah. Well, God forbid. Don't really have a lot of sympathy for Greg not wanting to travel 5 minutes from his house.
I was able to get a 12-pack in Welland, so I'm pretty sure most people can.
Oh yeah.
a clear bottle?
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
What idea was that?
You really want to know the great? They make a lager, and I've had the lager 5 times, and each time I've had it, it's tasted like skunk ass.
Mm-hmm. It's a cool looking bottle, with the exception of the fact that it's clear. I like the shape of it.
You know what? Sleeman's not bad. You know what? That stays in the
Sleeman-
fridge more than a day, then you're gonna get skunked. But I mean, if it's, I don't mind the clear bottles. I mean, I'm drinking a fucking MGD right now, and it's fucking delicious.
Well, Miller uses a hop extract that doesn't skunk.
Mm-hmm.
They actually put a lot of research into making a hop that would not skunk for them.
I'm really loving MGD nowadays. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's not a terrible beer.
No.
No.
I mean, it's not like some of the stuff y'all drink, but I mean, it's not a terrible beer.
Yeah.
You
Well,
might
it was
run-
pretty. It's probably one of the most well reviewed beers that we did on beer analysis for macro companies.
Too.
I still like hams, but they're hard to find anymore.
No, we can't get them. We can't get hams here.
Can't get that.
They're awesome. They're dirt cheap, and it's not a bad beer. It's okay.
Redbeard's in a heated discussion on his phone right now.
Oh, he's ordering pizza.
No.
We're having an argument with Marcel about how the price of craft beer.
Yeah, right. He looks so different without that beard.
Yeah,
Totally.
it looks more creepy.
I gotta go break into
I wasn't gonna say that.
I gotta go break into the lady's car and steal my last $5 bill back.
Nice.
So you can buy one can,
No. So I can buy a chicken wing.
one wing,
One wing.
one wing.
So I went. So we have the best 7-Eleven for food in the entire region in Welland, and it's
Liar.
100. It's 100. No, they have a fucking deep fryer and everything, man. They have
shit.
so much shit.
Nice.
Here, it's not funny. So they're like 100 meters from my house. Sorry, this way. They're 100 meters from my house. Like I cross the street, I cut through a parking lot, and I'm there. And I went in last night. I usually get home, from work, and it's early in the morning. I get home from work, and they have an entire smorgasbord of food to choose from. Chicken fingers, chicken wings, popcorn chicken, pizza, everything. Right?
For $20.
I go there last night at like 11 o'clock at night, and there's not one thing in there, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
It's all there, but is it fresh? Is any of it any?
Oh yeah, they usually cook it like right then.
Oh, I see. Yeah, awesome.
7-Eleven pizza is the best when it takes 3 minutes.
Yeah, the convection oven. Done.
Super fast. Oh, they got the dogs
Uh-oh.
fighting.
Oh, they're about to hump.
No. She's
I'm thinking about starting a YouTube channel about reviews on or reactions to hardcore death metal. Anyone else doing that at all?
Just remember to leave your watermarks.
I know somebody that reviews them. I don't know if he does a reaction.
That's the most original idea I've ever heard in my life. Oh my God, man!
You should totally
by the way, he does too.
You leave the watermark in your sound in your leave the watermarks in your intro.
That's awesome. I know. I noticed that a long time ago. He's like, "Dang, what is how does it sound? The audio watermark go? I can't remember. Fuck, but it's hilarious when it plays. I'm just like, oh, you're a loser. I'm surprised he's not getting nailed for copyright infringement all day long.
Who's that?
He's probably not able to monetize a fucking thing.
No, he's got over
if he was even able to, because like he's probably getting like not copyright strikes, but if you play like music that's copyrighted, you'll get like a copyright notice thing on your YouTube thing where it's like you're not getting any of the ad revenue from this video anymore. It's all going to the people that made that song. Right. So I can still get numbers all that.
That's not necessarily true because the one video that I did where I used something from 30 Seconds from Mars when I got my BRZ when I did that vlog. That got flagged to the point where YouTube wouldn't even play it. It wasn't even allowed to be. It got removed.
Wow. It depends on how much copyright. I had that happen with a live stream. It happened a while ago. Marcel and I tried playing some Magic cards in a live stream, and we played for like an hour or so. But then my fucking computer froze up, so I didn't plan on publishing it anyway. But the next day, YouTube had a thing saying like, you can't even. Nobody can ever watch this video. But I had just random like music playing in the background of my computer.
Tomorrow to do Mission Possible 6.
6.
What did you say? Number 6, Chad. Do you remember?
It's the hotel in the spa. I just haven't done it yet.
I already did it. It's easy.
What are you talking about?
Work stuff.
Oh, okay.
That's so dumb. It's voluntary, but make sure you do it or you're going to get in trouble.
Mandatory volunteering.
Voluntold, yeah.
Oh, you get voluntold a lot.
I like that.
Are you going to the Christmas party there, Christopher?
No.
No?
No.
My cat just took a very uncharacteristically stinky poo.
How close to your couch is your cat's litter box?
It's, I want to say 20 feet away.
Wow. What do you feed your cat?
The same thing.
IP number 7?
It's weird. And I just cleaned the litter box like an hour and a half ago, so there's it's all nice.
Yeah, well, it's what cats do. They inaugurate it as soon as it's been cleaned.
Ooh,
like
yeah,
Samus used to do the same thing.
She did that, man.
Yeah.
She did that.
Doesn't even bury it and wants to prove
That's a funny thing. Moo cow, like my cat, I can usually go like a couple days without
cleaning. Did you say you named your cat Moo Cow?
Yeah, right. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know.
Were you either like 3 when you named it, or were you high?
No. The second thing might have been true.
Both.
But she
Yeah, right. But
tomorrow night. Tomorrow before we go.
Sorry, go ahead, Jim.
Before we go to Cayman Kettle tomorrow, I think me and Brendan might do the other pot beer because I'm not allowed to do it when I'm around Alicia anymore.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah, my cat has the markings of a dairy cow, and when she was a kitten, when she meowed, it sounded like a little tiny cow mooing or something. It was fucking hilarious.
There you go. Well, I gotta go get another beer after I go for a quick vape. I'll be right back.
Alrighty, you have a good time.
Chad, you're in charge, okay? Thanks.
How do you say vape in a beer, like Austin Powers style?
A vape in a beer?
No, but like that'd be a V and a V. It had to be a
vape in a beer, baby.
How do you say beer with a V? What is the
beer?
Well,
vape in a beer?
Like a slang version for beer that starts with a V. A style.
I'm gonna go for a puff and a pint, baby.
Yeah, see that works. Like there's the bong and the blitz, or a crepe and a something. There, a cigar and a crepe, I think. There's a bunch of them he said. I'm thinking like, what would you say? Like, is there a particular a vape and an old Vienna or something? Like you need a V beer. What is that noise? That's horrible.
Wow.
Is that a back scratcher on your wall? Is that what that is? That's fucking terrible, man. That is like nails on level bad.
I know that was awesome.
It's like when you're cutting a steak on your plate and your fork slips and you get that
claws in the chalkboard.
Oh, fuck me! I hate that.
Okay, I gotta finish this beer and go and snuggle with my lady. So, anyone want to talk about anything while we're here?
No. The fact that I wish I had lady to snuggle with.
I feel on the spot here.
I'm gonna type something in over on the side, and we're not gonna talk about that live. Anyway, what's going on, guys?
Did you type anything?
I'm typing it right now.
Okay. What's going on is I cannot believe the fucking aroma coming from my cat's ass. It's fucking blowing my mind, man.
You need to go cover that turd or something? What's up?
Samus used to do that shit while I was doing reviews. I have to wait for the air to fucking clear before I could resume.
It kind of has the aroma of cat shit.
It's like that cat shit, sulfur, ground coffee kind of smell.
I remember like Commodore, my diabetic cat that I had before, he would take a piss. And you'd be like I cleaned his little blocks like twice a day because like he's a stinky little bastard. But he was the best cat ever. I miss him.
There you go.
Chad, you're a fucking great guy, buddy.
Why did you just lick my elbow, Boris? What do you want?
He's being supportive, man. He can read your mind. He knows what you just typed.
He's a good boy. So I got sent home early from work one day, and she was at a swimming lesson. I say, hey, I'm coming home early from work. Okay, don't tell your daughter. Okay. Get home. I'm hiding. They come in the basement. I was actually on my computer editing videos. So I turn my computer off, and I'm hiding right in the corner right here. Right, and our room is a big L shape, and then there's this. So it's kind of more a J shape, I guess. So I'm hiding right in the corner. And they both come in the room, and they're like, where is he? And they go to the other room. Where is he? They go upstairs. They're looking in all the rooms. Where is he? And I'm sneaking up the stairs, right? I'm standing like 2 stairs away from the upstairs, and I hear her freaking out on the phone. I'm feeling bad because she's talking to her mom, and she's like, he said he was home, and he's not here, and he's not answering his phone. I don't know where he is, right? I'm feeling bad, and Boris comes. He stands on the stairs and looks at me and pees on the stairs. I'm like, motherfucker! That's the only reason I got caught, because I'm about to yell at the dog. She's coming. I'm going to go look in the basement just to make sure. She has her phone. She comes to the stairs to go downstairs, and there I am. She like throws her phone across the room. This was pretty good.
Nice.
Wow.
What's that, sorry?
If you ever do that again, I'll kill you.
I didn't hear you.
She said she wants you to do that again every day. That's what
She wants me to do that again every day.
Every day. That'll be your thing.
There he is.
Dog. The little puppy teddy bear.
You growl?
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Baby.
Watch out, growl at you. It's so funny too, because like when I bring him to the people that raised him, my mom and my stepdad, I'll bring him back there whenever I go out of town, kind of thing. And they're like, he won't let them, like, they can put the collar on him, but he will not let them take the collar off. He'll like growl at them and like snap and stuff. Me, he doesn't even growl when I like do that kind of shit. It's fucking weird. Bud Light, what is in your fridge, man?
Where the fuck did you get that trash?
Bud Light Orange.
I'm drinking a bottle of Listerine.
Yeah. Gotta love that. Gotta love that crystal clear bottle I put it in.
Actually, Christopher, does she have a bunch of those still in her fridge?
Yeah, you haven't had it?
I've had it. I had it when I moved a certain person into that house. I was curious if I can get a bottle for review.
Yep. I'll get you one. There's about 4 left of these. I'll get you one. They're good until I get to about here.
Yeah, that's when I had it. That was the same thing. My first 2 or 3 sips, I'm like, oh my god, this is really good. And yeah, it wasn't.
Is that like the shit line? Maybe just like keep the beer on its side for an hour before you drink it?
Well, out of all the Bud Light flavored drinks, this one is the best one, in my opinion, anyway.
Give it a little roll.
I see what you did there.
Somebody made an actual machine for this thing. It was shared in one of the beer Facebook group things. Somebody made a fucking thing. I guess it's called Shrub or something. The stuff that like settles in the bottom. Shrub.
Yeah.
And
True.
it's a thing. It looks like one of those like little joint rolling machines. If you've ever seen one of those, like the 2 little things that you like manually roll together and it rolls you the perfect joint. But it's like 2 like wheels on motors, and you put your beer can into it, and it just does this with your beer can, and it's something actually like is making money off a device that does that.
Yeah,
because it's so hard to take your beer and like roll it on the counter or something if you have that problem. I comment to say like Shrub is the best part of the beer.
So tomorrow,
somebody was like very adamant that it wasn't.
Tomorrow when I wake up, from my sleep, it's going to be the sending out the very first emails for the Albino Rhino Beer Fest.
Yay! Now we're having a real talk about stuff. All right, Albino Rhino Beer Festival.
Yeah, so tomorrow is going to be the first set of emails sent out. Actually, Bose sent me an email earlier, and so did a few of my food vendors going, what's the date so we don't miss out?
That's actually cool. I like that.
I don't know if I'm going to come this year. I don't know yet.
Yeah, you are.
I'm going to fucking go this time, so Nick, you better be there.
Yeah, he's probably going to be here serving beer.
Yeah, I'll be working for Highlander and then take a break for half an hour so he can check out some other breweries.
That's possible. I
would say it's very possible because Highlander goes to the beer fest every year, doesn't it? Well, every season.
Last year they didn't come because they ended up having nobody to come and serve for them.
See, there's that open for red beer.
They didn't have. I wasn't in with them at that point. I didn't get in with them till the North on Tap Festival in Haileybury. So, yeah, like and I told Dwayne again, like when I was at the Royal Fair thing, when I finished, I'm like, I'm done work. So anything like this comes up over the winter, man, and he's like, yeah, there's more coming for sure. So, and I'll definitely mention to him about you guys just to keep it in his head. To make sure.
Hey, I'm good friends with Chad. You don't even have to pay a hotel. I can go stay there.
Here we go. Only thing I don't like, as opposed to the year before, I worked for Lake of the Woods.
We're talking to Kerry. He's from North Bay. You're from North Bay. Everything's good.
Tongue fapping.
Lake of the Woods.
You're frozen there, Redbeard. Actually, you lost your video.
It's nice and quiet now.
It is. It's so quiet without.
Listen. The only reason I joined this BDU today is because I was looking for Chet. I wanted to have a meaningful intellectual conversation with Chet today.
Chet is writing a paper right now.
On what? How to write a paper?
I don't know. He's writing a paper though.
I was gonna have some apricot brandy later in his honor.
And some pork rinds.
That's too funny. No, Redbeard's totally gone now. Nope, no, he's not. He's still there. What do you got? Fucking dial-up internet there, Kerry? What's going on?
Yeah, no, just there he goes. Now he's gone. Well, I don't know. So you're hanging around with your chick a lot. Are you planning to move in or something sooner? Or,
I am moving into this place, yes. I gave my notice on the 10th. All right, well, I'll be vlogging all about it anyway. I gave my notice for on the 10th for 60 days, so I'll be out of there before February 1st.
What are you going to change your channel name to? In the ladies' house?
In the vag.
It might be off. It might be called Off the 10th.
He said that in the last video. If you guys actually watch his videos,
God damn it! Fucking pay attention to shit.
Yeah, I pay attention.
I watch. Thank you. I watch all your shit except for Nick's because Nick doesn't post anything anymore.
There you go. Well, I do the live chats.
I
I'll
know.
watch those, dude.
I watch most of your stuff, Chris. Just like if you post something when I'm at work, I'll see it in the chat when you like share it, and occasionally when I get home, I won't remember to check it out. But I watch. Most of your stuff.
To be fair, I usually watch your vlogs. I just I've been busy lately.
It doesn't
And honestly, Chris, a lot of the stuff that I watch of you just makes me mad because you're able to get all these beers I can't get.
I have no idea how much shit I can get right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I got yelled at work because I apparently fuel fires.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a different topic for a different day. It's okay. He's quite mad about that, but whatever.
Oh, he's always mad. It's okay.
I know, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, I gave my notice for on the 10th, so I will be moving and relocating to. Maybe I'll be in the WA, or maybe I'll be off the 10th. I haven't decided what channel it's going to be changed to.
Don't do in the WA. That just sounds wrong.
I want to change my channel back to Red Beard pretty badly. God damn it! I think tomorrow being the last day of November, I might do a little live stream to see if I can. I basically got like $500 worth of donations within like the first fucking week or so, and I've gotten like nothing. So I think Ashley actually sent me something.
Check. Why don't you share your link to Redbeard?
Sorry, Redbeard. I was forced into a LOA and stuff. You know.
I can share it in like the side chat. Then Chad can share it in the. I know that I think I might have. Everybody seems to be a moderator in Chad's chats, so maybe I can. Give me a second here.
Maybe I can do it. Just a second.
I just gotta figure out. Yeah, right here. I gotta find my last picture with the Movember thing. Then I can copy that, and then control over here, and I try hit and paste. And we'll see. Paste, send. Hey, I can do it. There you go. Anybody watching? Any of the 6 people watching now?
I'll flag it.
Support
you're actually a moderator in the chat too.
That's what I'm saying. I wasn't sure, but then I remembered everybody's a moderator on Chat's channel.
Not everybody.
I'm looking in the chat right now. Everything on the window.
It's blue.
Everybody. Rod J on the 10th.
Okay. For the most part, anyone that's been a fairly regular cast member on here is a moderator. Yes.
That's the funny thing. Like most of the people that watch regularly are people that you know and of the friends of the beer tubing community and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not like trying to.
No, it sounds like you're trying to. It sounds like you're fucking trying to.
Exactly. Which is why I just said I'm not.
Doesn't matter what you say, you are.
Well, all right then. You take it how you want, buddy.
I can't believe Chad. I'm changing the subject for a second. I can't believe Chad, you're uploading videos from like fucking 2 years ago still.
Oh no, they're all from this year.
I know they are, but it just seems like
they're from January. Well, actually, there are some that are from like December of last year.
I just can't believe how many fucking videos you have. Like,
I still have 150 of them on my computer, and I still have 100 of them on my cell phone.
Yeah, that's nuts. Like, I think I overdid it with the Movember ones. I think I have to potentially.
What you should do, Chad, is re-film them. Like if you get certain beers again, and you've got older ones, then don't bother putting them up and just redo them in a new location. Or
no, I'm just putting them up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been anything that's actually been posted from this new house.
I know,
because nobody comes over. Like I was off work for over a week and nobody came.
You should do beers with Boris, for fuck's sakes already. Okay, you have Boris sitting right beside you and have a beer with him, but he drinks water and you drink beer.
That could be entertaining. I wouldn't mind that.
That'd be fun.
No, because whatever I'm sitting on would be soaked because the water would just be falling out of his jowls on there.
Yeah, that's
okay. So you don't have.
I made supper. So my stepdaughter there had to go out to her guide's thing, and I made her dinner. And she's sitting down eating dinner, and she's like, "Oh, that's disgusting." I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Boris just came over here and he just ate and he dropped all this food out of his mouth on me." I go, "Oh, he just loves you." That's disgusting.
That is kind of gross.
Oh, it just falls. It falls right out of his jowls, just drops onto the ground.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ugh. Like again, like the way that, like, why did any human be like, we should breed this dog to the point where he can, Like some of them with like their pushed in snouts and stuff, they have all these respiratory issues and shit.
Like pugs.
Yeah.
I have a buddy of mine. A buddy of mine had I think it was a pug mixed with a Shih Tzu or something. So he was a pug.
Hey, baby.
And his snout was just a bit longer,
like
so
Roddy.
it was still pushed in, but he didn't have like and he was an awesome little dog named Maverick. He was a great dog.
So is the Roddy a puppy too, or is it?
No, she's 9 years old.
Oh, it's not very big for a Roddy.
Well, she's a Roddy lab.
Yeah,
She's a lab.
It's like close to lab size. Ain't Rottweilers?
She's a Rottweiler.
Big fucking dogs.
A Rottweiler retriever.
She's I call her the sausage dog because she's like 100 pounds and she's basically round like a sausage. Oh, no comment about fat shaming your dog tonight?
Well, I did have something to say about my channel specifically.
What, Nick? What's up?
I'm not retiring or anything, although it kind of looks like I am. My friend Sith is moving. He just told me there on Monday night. He's going to Yellowknife.
What?
That's weird. A buddy of mine just told me today. Like,
That's where all the beers are made in Yellowknife.
He's going to Yellowknife as well for work.
Oh yeah. Well,
that's quite the move.
His wife just recently earned her doctorate in over the summer, and she just got a job offer for Yellowknife apparently.
Doctorate in what? Doing what?
Something marine biology kind of.
But all the water's frozen.
Are you okay?
I know.
Nick, you sound sad.
Well, in part, yeah, I am because he's one of my best drinking buddies.
I'm sad because you said something about your channel and this guy's moving. I thought like for a second you and this guy might become roommates and you're finally gonna have a new place. That'd be cool.
A Yellowknife.
Well, no, I didn't. I assumed it was in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, my buddy was Northwest Territories. But I mean, Sith's been on my channel.
Yeah, do you want to move to Yellowknife?
Apparently, like once the snow melts for that few months, it is nice. It is like a paradise up there. It's really nice. But for the rest of the year, have fun.
Probably within next year, I'll probably go visit him. And if he's out there, and I mean, that sounds fucking awesome to go to fucking Yellowknife to visit a friend of mine. That
if you've never been, why not?
I've never been to Northwest Territories, obviously, but
okay, random. But this all started with you saying something about your channel.
Yeah.
Well, it's more like my channel. Like there's four main guys. There's the Heist Almighty, there's Sith, there's the Fuzz, and then of course me. And so one of them's leaving.
Well, I've watched.
Cheers, Talon.
Only a couple videos on your channel where it's not been just you.
Yeah, I know. I haven't really posted.
He was doing a bunch of.
Well, that's I want to say a lot of the videos that you made before we even met were with you and the other guys.
Yeah, I suppose a lot of it. I haven't really done reviews with the guys since last year. So, because I mean, one of the things. When was the last time we did a review night? Shit, I think it was last year. Because we did my 1,000th at Scott's at Fuzz's place, and now Fuzz doesn't even have that place anymore. The round table's gone.
See, when I moved out here, right, it was funny because I was always getting the you live in the falls, blah blah blah. 3 of my cast members live here in Welland. I've been here for 2 months now. I haven't seen them once. They haven't even seen the house.
Well, you just called them your cast.
Well, they were the original cast of the Albino Rhino Beer Festival.
Oh, I like it. That's what I'm saying.
So right down there, about 10-minute walk that way, the Reverend lives. He has not been here once yet.
Wow.
10-minute walk. I could yell and he could probably hear me.
A 10-minute walk? That'd be a loud yell.
I can yell pretty loud, man. And I don't think you've seen me shuffle.
I watched a random YouTube video yesterday. It was like the loudest. Some random people made like the loudest horn in the world. And they were like, I think it was 10 miles away. And they were able to like measure the speed of sound because they were like on the phone with the guy. Like, hit it now. And they hear it over the phone and they start the timer. And it took like 11 seconds for the sound to get to them. It was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I live out in Well, Fuzz moved out to my town. Like we both of us grew up here. So did Heist Almighty. But he moved back out here over the summer. I've only hung out with him maybe twice. And I guess it's more my fault than his fault because he's invited me over a few times already and I haven't gone. So it's because I'm either busy or at least once I didn't want to go anywhere.
I think Chad may have started sexy time while still alive. I'm not sure what's happening.
Oh, somebody's leg's getting humped right now.
Like, I can't even imagine like moving to I could if I was going to move somewhere, maybe Perry Sound because like it's another place where I have a lot of family and I kind of grew up there. But to move to a brand new city where you know nobody and like
and not only that, the one so isolated as Northwest Territories is just
Yellowknife is a big enough city up there. It's going to be like, but still, yeah, I know what you mean. Like, just move. It's big enough. Like, what was the?
Where does your dad normally go?
Shit.
Yellowknife.
Nunavut?
Yellowknife.
I think it's only like 20,000. Yeah, it's only
19,569 apparently. Down to the single person they got that shit.
That's more people than Earn Prior.
Yeah.
Still though.
That's smaller. That's smaller than here, and I'm in like Wasteland.
That's about half the size of North Bay.
New Brunswick. That should tell you enough right now.
It's small, but it's it's a big enough. I'd call that like a big town. I wouldn't call that a city really. It's a big enough town where you could potentially make.
He's going up there for work. What's he going to do up there?
He's got a new job here.
I gotta give props to him
but where he's going to be able to. He's got a new job here that he starts next month, but he is able to work remote. So he's going to be working for a new company that's based out of Ferguson, actually, and then he's going to be able to work remote while he's out there.
Oh, that's actually really good for him because there's not much. There's not much up there.
Yeah, and you know what? It's not like he's going to be out there. He may not be out there forever. He might be out there for only like 3 or 5 years or something, then come back. And of course, be back for visits and shit. But it's
and Nick's channel's gonna fucking flourish.
He totally though. Like that guy deserves
every like 5 years.
That guy deserves some serious props for being that fucking supportive of his lady though. Like that's impressive. That's impressive.
Oh man.
Like
he's gonna have a sugar mama now.
That's a big thing. Like no. She had better be so thankful every night in the sack kind of thing. Like
okay.
Well, here let's ask this question. Hey, Alicia. What would have happened if I moved out to St. John like I was going to? What was that? Sorry? If we moved out to St. Yeah.
She was going to come too?
She was, yeah.
Oh, wow.
She's like, what's her name there? Jim Carrey's wife at the beginning of Me, Myself, and Irene. Where he's like, if we had to move to the Antarctica and eat whale blubber. And she's like, yeah, I'd do it. And then she fucks the little black guy and has kids.
I really hope that's not.
Jesus Christ.
So Carrie says you're going to be like the wife from Me, Myself, and Irene, where you say you're going to do things with me and then go cheat on me with the little black midget.
I wasn't assuming that at all.
What's that?
Are we still live?
Yeah. I was just making a stupid, random, completely unnecessary reference.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Albino Rhino, not all cast members share the same opinions as Redbeard. Thank you.
There you go. And even Redbeard's opinions are not his own.
Yeah, right.
Take no stock in what is said by the person with the red mustache.
Well, I'll tell you offline. Just something that was being talked about.
Okay.
Love you.
I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
That's what you're drinking, man. What are we talking about?
Oh, no. Oh, what am I drinking? Thanks for asking. I am drinking a vodka mudshake, but this time I'm drinking the pina colada.
Oh, no wonder you're tasting vomit.
Yeah, I think that's what Drunken One was actually
Isn't that
saying.
what vomit tastes like? Try a pina colada milkshake.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, this is fantastic, actually.
Combination of everything you ate in the last 24 hours.
The chocolate
Chad,
came on, but this is
Chad, you say it's not sad. It's just odd circumstances that never came together like they should, man. Like, I'm happy for you now, man. That's awesome. I'm very happy that you found some happiness. That's all I'm going to say about that thing.
One day, Redbeard will find the happiness that Chad has.
I'd be okay with even like a third of his happiness.
There you go.
Any happiness would be fine.
Just any happiness, right?
I'm so alone.
Rotary.
So Rotary.
I haven't watched that movie in fucking forever. That's on basketball, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I want to watch. And I want to say the Chinese guy may have done the same thing in South Park at least once.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Team America did that with Kim Jong Il.
Yep.
So Rotary.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it is. Yes,
Yeah.
it was Team America. Good call, Nick. Absolutely, that's what it was.
Team America. Fuck yeah.
Coming around to save the motherfucking dick.
Yeah.
The sex scene in that movie. The sex scene.
So Rotary.
I'm so lonely.
Well, come on, play it. See if we get the shit copyright. See if we get a copyright strike for that.
I can't play the sound through it, but so Rotary inside real.
All
All right, I can't play too much of this because I'll get Chad's chat blocked.
Yeah, we don't want to watch curling or anything.
Yeah, goddamn Winter Olympics. That was so fucking stupid that happened. Anybody watch anybody?
I got a copyright rights violation or something. Not completely like banned or video taken down or anything. On one of my chats because I played that scene from Kung Pao with the cow fight scene.
Oh, you were saying that? Yeah, I remember that.
Revenge of the Fist, like the Matrix cow.
Yeah.
It's apparently like it's bad now. Like I watch a bunch of like YouTube news shows and stuff, and they used to be like advertised to be like some stuff for you to check out. Look at this trailer, and they'd show you bits of it here and there. And now all they can do is talk about it. And they're like, we're not going to risk showing it because
30 seconds of audio you'd be okay with, but then after that you would.
It's like three. It's like three.
Yeah, now it is because when I did that vlog on the BRZ, when I used that song, it wasn't very long of a song.
I did a beer from Flying